Alright, so we're back with part 2 of this collection that I recently purchased from a viewer of the channel. You can see some of the cool stuff laid out here that we found in part 1. Some of the things laid out here. So, for the stuff in part 1, I didn't scan everything because there's just simply so much of it here. The things that I did scan, though, came up to around 122 US dollars. That's just these cards here and this stack of cards here. But there's also this massive stack of rares here. There could be some decent stuff, like apparently this True Conviction is alright. I found that after I filmed the video. Also got this, decent sized pile of alright commons and uncommons. A few mythics here, little pile there. This one here, this is all just rare, non-basic lands from commander decks and things like that. It's a lot of exotic orchards. But I'm pretty interested to continue looking through the rest of this collection. You can see here's what we've looked through. Here's what we have yet to look through. So we're about halfway through, maybe slightly less than halfway actually. The price that I paid for this so far, it's yet undecided. It's been $200 so far, but what we're going to do is I'm going to look through the rest of this, and my friend that I bought it from said we can just come up with a price that works for both of us once I've looked through this and we have a pretty good idea of what's in here. Because, we want this to be a fair sale, right? However, I'm pretty interested to look in these other boxes now because apparently most of the good stuff has yet to be found. So there should be one of those boxes that's pretty loaded with decent stuff. So I'm going to put these things away and we'll get to the other boxes now. Alright, so we got the stuff from part 1 put away, and now we're going to continue looking through this box, which apparently used to have tokens in it at some point. Now it has Dave in it. Yes, Dave is right there. Let's start on this end, shall we? There's some sleeved cards, it seems. We have a promo Dragon's Maze Plains. I remember getting this from the Dragon's Maze pre-release, I think? Or is it the release event? Some people actually wanted these, I remember back in the day. Well, we're gonna put this here. Rogue's Passage. Let's see, Commander. Faithless Looting. Some people love this art, some people hate it. Taking it out though. So for the first part, I did separate all of the foils and all the rares, so I'll have a stack of just regular foils. This will probably be, I don't know, rares or just like cool stuff. This will be a rare. Yes, Frodo Baggins. Yeah, there's some brand new stuff in here. Like there's stuff even from Commander Masters. Most recent product to come out, I guess, outside of Wild to Veldraine. I don't think there's any Wild to Veldraine stuff in here. Could be though. Well, as I just said that, here's some Wild to Veldraine stuff. Alright then. We got some more rares here. Modern Horizons 2, The Brothers War, so maybe a regular rares pile. Your Battle Sphere. So we're getting into a bunch of rares here now. I think Grimhauer Specs is alright. I'll try and put out a pile of things that I'll want to scan up, probably for sure. And I'll separate the mythics as well. There's Hathonia the Cruel from Theros there. I thought this card was going to be good when I saw it. Like, it's good, but just haven't really done a whole lot. Pretty sure Kami of the Crescent Moon is I think it has a bit of value there. Erect to Bolt. It's a Soul Ring. I'm pretty sure there's a whole load of Soul Rings in here somewhere. I will separate those. I'll at least separate them to see how many Soul Rings there are. Foil Ether Revolt rare. Radiant Destiny. I think that one might be alright. We'll check it out. Pretty sure Obelisk of Erd is pretty decent. There's a mythic there from the commander deck. Chef's Kiss, card I always felt disappointed at when opening up packs of Modern Horizons 2. Yeah, it could be alright though. This card is awesome in a party deck, but only in a party deck. We got a Jace. Is Master of Ethereum any good? I'll check it out. Old one from first Conspiracy set. I remember when this card was hyped for a little bit in Standard. Didn't last for that long though. Finale of Eternity. That's cool. Could be a decent mythic from War of the Spark. Can already see our stack of rares is getting quite large here. Lich's Mastery is a cool card. I play that in my Kenrith all lose conditions deck. Play every card that says I lose the game, but Lich's Mastery does a ton of work in it. I think it's a... Actually, I don't even know if it's worth more than $1, but we'll check it out. I like this as a commander. I don't have an actual, like a physical commander deck of this, but I do have a deck list for this that I have on Moxfield. I play it online sometimes. It's a pretty fun one to play. I like this dude. Old from, is that Rise of the Eldrazi? What if this entire box is just, like, mostly rares and stuff? Or when Oblation was a pretty sweet card, actually, before the Tuck rule was changed in Commander, because you could just make your opponent shuffle their commander into their deck. Doesn't work like that anymore. Calculating Lich. Well, we'll put it with the Mythics, but I'll check those out after. Here's a Pokemon code for you. Calran, no, holy crap. 3 of them. All different ones. Get the jackpot there. Wait. There we go. In the right pile. Why is every other card facing the wrong way? Gideon Jura. What is this, arch enemy or something, but also from the list? It's kind of funny. Wakebringer? A borderless mythic from Kaldheim. Wand of Awakening. It could actually still be worth more than $1. It's probably not. Death Baron. That one might be okay still. You know, it's a good lord creature. Dreadshade. I used this in one of my earliest comedy shorts. I think it was actually my first comedy short that I ever made. Dreadshade. I used this as a prop in it. That card got destroyed. Bone Miser's good. Might be the best card we found so far. Conduit of... I think this just went up a lot, didn't it? Like, a lot? With the Eldrazi deck from Commander Masters. Jadar is pretty decent. Remember when this card was good for a while. Still check it out. There's a old school mythic from Hour of Devastation. An old Mirrodin card. Font of Mythos I think is pretty good too. Find some decent stuff now. Puzzle box. Sunforger was hyped for a little bit too. I believe when Feather the Redeemed came out. Not sure if it's still anything, it might not be. Staff of Domination at this point is kind of bulk. Which is funny. There's a whole, this is one that regained a lot of value, because I remember a lot of cards from Rivals of Ixalan, because I opened a ton of that back in the day, and Nezahal was good, but then it went down, it got reprinted in a commander deck, but now it's worth opening again. It's a decent rare. Another Kami. A revised counter spell, I think. It's probably alright, actually. Is it in good condition? Not really. Still, it's cool. Trinket Mage, Tribute Mage from foil. A Dream Eater mythic from Guilds of Ravnica. Yeah, I think this entire box is gonna be rares and stuff. It's kind of nuts. Not sure if this one has much value, but we'll check it out. 4/7 dwarves. Why are there not 7 of them? That's Seething Song. That one's alright. Some slivers. Hey, Impact Tremors. Just got reprinted in the Wilds of Eldraine, but this would have been a, you know, pretty valuable common. Well, valuable for being a common. We got a Garth One-Eye. I also have a commander deck with Garth as a commander. The theme with that deck is it has every card in it that says you win the game. It's a pretty fun one to play. Farseek. It's good. Kodama's Reach. Teamer Save. These are some good commons and uncommons. Oh, a lot of Kodama's Reaches and Farseeks and stuff. All the ramp. It's the ramp section. Another Gitaxian Puppeteer. Nadir's Nightblade. Disciple of the Vault is actually pretty decent uncommon. Corpse Augur. I think Shepherd of Rot's alright. There's a lot of Wilds of Eldraine stuff. How much? So this is just after the set has come out. And the person that I bought this from, Jager, I know he watches my videos. How much Wilds of Eldraine have you played already? There's a lot of it here. Also, I think this card is cool. Eerie Interference. Stormkiln Artist also was a pretty decent uncommon hit. You know, $4 or $5 or something. But it's got reprinted in Commander Masters. I'll still take it out though. Talismans are good. There's a foil Shine Shadow Snarl. Soul Ring. Signet. Rites of Flourishing. I don't even know what this does. At the beginning of each player's draw step, each player draws an additional card. Each player may play an additional land on each of the turns. It sounds like it probably is decent. Same with Dictate, I think that's a good one. Felidar Sovereign's alright. Soul Ring, Day of Judgment. This is cool. We'll put it here. Beast Within. Actually, we'll put Beast Within up here. I'm not sure on this one. We'll put it in here. It might have gone down. Don't know what Teferi's Moat does. Sanctum Weaver. Yeah, these are all decent. Hive Mind, sure. I'm not sure on these ones, but we'll check them out. Suture Priest is good. Wild Magic Surge is good. Well of Ideas might even be alright. Is it Signet? Vandal? Okay, so there's some good stuff here. Vandal Blast, Solve the Equation. Arcane Bombardment, we'll put that with the Mythics. Reflections is a good card. So it looks like these are ones that he might have put together as stuff that is, you know, a couple bucks. Prowler's Helm, I don't think so, but maybe. Karth. Signet. These ones are just regular. There's a Jaren there, Mythic. Reclaim Angel. Another Signet. Signets aren't quite what they used to be, but they're still decent. Thrandino is good. That's cool. Twilight Prophet from Commander Masters. That's probably still quite good, isn't it? That was one of the best hits out of Rivals of Ixalan for a while. Chromatic Lantern's good. Marin? Yes. Soul Ring, okay. Disorder. There's a showcase art Erebos from Theros. That's cool. Another Stormkiln. Filer of Vigor. Limdul's Vault. Nice. Rat Colony. Oubliette's okay. Vonus Hunger. One Ring. And old school Horn of Greed. Beat to crap, but that's cool. There's an Ornithopter. A few of those. Ronos's Thing. Swiftfoot. Commander Sphere. This one is bulk. Another Helm there. A Consuming Blob. Sorin's Vengeance. Not sure on that one. We'll check it out. Some Duresses, a Vorpal Sword. Etched Foil Braids. Yes. The Teeth. I like Giza. I think this card is really good. Giza Glorious Resurrector. I believe I play that in at least one of my decks. Oh, 2 old school Arcane Denials from Alliances. They're in nice condition too. That's nice. Bob, if you're watching this video, this card's for you. There and back again. I think that's a pretty decent rare, isn't it? Tomb Tyrant. I don't know what this card does, but it is a zombie lord, so it could be okay. We'll check it out. So that is just the first box out of 4. This is actually one of the small boxes too. The other ones are longer. We still have 3 more to go through. Already found this big stack of things that I think are worth scanning. Could be some good stuff there. This big one here is rares. This is cool stuff, which could also be worth scanning. Not necessarily rares, though. This is kind of just bulk foils. Got some mythics here. I think we're going to have to make multiple rare piles, so maybe I'll make some room for another one. And we'll get into... We'll actually get into this other box here, which also says tokens. Maybe that means it's also good. I don't see so many sleeved things here. There are some, I think. We'll start off with this here. Okay, we got more. We have more rares. Mountain from the Fire and Ice, or Fire and Lightning Premium Deck Series. Semester's End. Fire Servant. Deploy the Gatewatcher. I remember when this card was hyped for a little bit. I think, was it when War of the Spark came out? It might have been before then. I don't remember, but there was a period of time when this card was hyped. Goreclaw is good. It's an uncommon in Commander Masters? Wow. Well, I'm still putting it with the cool stuff there. Save that one for Snug. We have a bunch of sleeved revised mountains. Looks like they're in pretty good condition. No one's got a print dot on it. Revised land, if they're in actual near mint condition, they are worth holding on to, but most of the time they're not in good condition. These ones, with them being in perfect fits, looks like they're pretty decent. Whole bunch of command towers. I just put these in with bulk now because they've been printed so many times. You know, they're commons. They're bulk. I'm gonna start my other pile of rares here now. So old school, what's this? Is this Torment or Prophecy? I want to say it's Torment. Old school foil is cool. We got more ramp here. How much ramp do we have? There we go. Some squirrels, Sanctuary and Sovereign. I do actually hold on to these kinds of things. Like, I'm gonna go through this and take out more stuff after, and Squirrel Sovereign is a card that I would hold on to. Wait. This pile is more rares. This one can go into non-rare cool stuff. Premises, I don't know, Ashnod, cool. This is, so I read the Brothers War novel, and this is exactly what I imagined Ashnod to look like, based on the description. Got an Ooze token. Not sure if that one's good or not. Sometimes old tokens can be good. It's from a Lara block there. So another exotic orchard. Go with our massive collection of exotic orchards. I'm gonna take that one out actually, just to put it with all the others. See how many we've got. River of Tears. Oh, that could be okay. Kisa. I like Kisa. Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna find a ton of more rare non-basic lands from Commander decks. Sig River Cutthroat, one of my favorite commanders. Might actually be my favorite commander deck. I like that guy. We'll put him here. Invasion. We're invading every plane here. So that's the end of box 2. So we're halfway through part 2. Found a bunch more cool stuff to start making a second pile of rares. Alright, let's do one of these really long boxes now. You can't really see the length of it there, but yeah, there we go. What have we in here? I believe I still have yet to find the actual good box. I'm saying that with this huge stack of rares here. In the first part, the best card we found was the Alhammarret's Archive from Commander 2021. There's supposed to be another one of those in here somewhere. Quest for the Holy Relic. Why is this in a perfect fit? We'll take it out. Get a Kismet. Interesting. Pull from Eternity. The Lettuce Blade Mantis. I'll chop your salad for you. There's a nice hair on this card here. It's a long one. Wouldn't find those if you use your trimmer. Knight of the Stampede. If this card does not get reprinted after the new Ixalan comes out, I feel like that's going to be a pretty good common. I have a big stack of them somewhere that I've just been holding on to for years. Makes your dinos cost 2 less. This guy's pretty happy. A whole bunch of etched stuff there from Baldur's Gate. So I do have some rares in here. Want more of the rare dual lands from Commander decks. Oh, just a few actually. Okay, so in that third box, not a whole lot. So I think what that means is we've probably saved the best for last. This last box here, you can see our luggage is now empty. I'm not sure if we're going to find as many rares. Maybe we will. Probably we won't find as many rares as in this first box. There's just a ton of them there, but I think that this should be where, you know, the highest value cards might be. I do see there's a significant amount of sleeved cards in here. Start off with some random stuff. Brawn. Is Brawn good? Well, it just got reprinted in Commander Mass. No, that's What is this? MOC. Is that March of the Sheen Commander? Anyway. But here we got an Arcane Signet, an Exotic Orchard. Right, I wanted to put the orchards here, but probably went by some of them. Padim, Master Transmuter. Hero of Anguish, we got some mythics there. Okay, so we'll put these ones here in our other rear pile. Borderless Grakma, or I should say extended art. Exava. Remember that card from Dragon's Maze. And another Temple Bell. Pretty good landing on that one. Not a whole lot of words on this card. I actually want to check this one out. Improvised Draw X. I feel like it could be good. That's a cool worm. Emergent Wood Worm. Another Garth. We have two Garths. Farseek is good. Kind of hard to navigate this with these gigantic piles everywhere now. It's difficult to go through this with them all being in different orientations, you know, upside down, backwards, flipped over and stuff. Not even sure how they end up like this. Tell me, how do they end up like this? Polokronos, the Theros Beyond Death mythic version. I think this green sleeves is... Wait, what is... What? Is this printed in the list? That's funny. I believe this was one of the good cards from the Dominaria United Commander set, but it was one of the ones that you didn't actually get in the Commander deck. You could only get it in, I think, Collector and Set Boosters. We'll put it there, but it's kind of funny for it to be printed on the list already. Yes. Tower End. Hue the End. Is that good? It might be. Check it. The Elder Dragon War. Nice. Oh wait, that's not what I was thinking of. Not nice. Thought I was thinking of There and Back again. There's some non-foil full art from various sets. Insurrection, that's cool. It's a good card. It ends games. Well, here's some good stuff. These are several good cards in a row. Garruk's Uprising as a whole. Garruk's Uprising just got reprinted, but like Teferi's Aegis Insight, Insurrection, these kinds of things. Library of Ling, I'm not sure. We'll check it out. Whip of Erebos is quite good. Thought Vessel, Soul Ring. Blasphemous Mass Act, it's okay. It's been printed a million times. Archetype. Banana Fenza. Mishra's Command, you know, I was pretty excited about that card when it got spoiled, but hasn't really done anything yet. Violent of Thassa is okay. Yeah, Ramunap Excavator. Pontu's Monument, nice. Mithril Coat. It's a good rare from, oh, and Enderal, nice. Here are some good cards. Soaring. Felwar, I mean, Felwar's been printed so many times. Hey, Balefire Dragon, nice. And another myth. Those are, yeah, this is a good section. Polonian Hydra, cool. Sanguine Bond. Sunforger. There it is. Okay, so there's the other Alhammarret's Archive. So, you know, a $10 plus mythic. Solid Arbiter, the Locust God. Another Lightning Greaves. Those cards are always good. Deep Glow Skate's alright. It's a cool Strionic Resonator. Never seen this card before. A couple of Planeswalkers here. The Commander decks. It's kind of cool. Another Garth. Soaring. Stolen Identity is one of my favorite cards. Love playing that in my SIG deck. I guess this whole box may be rares as well. It's kind of crazy. Hey, there's a Minsk from the list. What's the Tamiyo's, I gotta say. I like this guy, Karazakar. I just like Beholders, I think they're cool. Say that as I throw it on the floor. Feels like there's basically every commander deck here from the past, like, 6 years. Flex. I've always wondered, why is this card mythic? It doesn't feel like a mythic. It's just a 3-mana Lord. It has a thing on the back, but it's a cool card. It just feels like a rare to me. Whelming Wave for when you want to be whelmed. The Reaver Cleaver? I'm pretty sure that's a good card, isn't it? I remember that being one of the things from Dominaria United, right? I'm pretty sure that's a good one. Tatyova from Dominaria. Looks like a lot of these cards were probably in a binder and just pulled out. Because when you see them like this, you know, if you're using both sides of the binder page, then if you pull it out, they would be back to back like that. Mascot exhibition, sure, why not? I wonder though, why are some of them upside down? Like that. And just how many commander decks were purchased? I think Decanter is pretty good, right? The Diamond's not so much, but pretty sure Decanter is alright. So the box isn't all rares, but a ton of it has been so far. A foil Full Art Swamp. Cool. Astrolabe, banned in Modern. Halo, is that a Halo foil? I think it's just a regular foil. Alright, we're coming into the close here on this collection. We got one little handful left in the last box. Can find anything cool? There's a Lumbering Falls. And that's about it. Okay, so this is going to take a lot of sorting and scanning and stuff. I mean, I pulled out a stack of cards here that I would think to be worth at least $1 or more. But, like, let me grab my camera and just show you. This is all rares. This is all rares. This is not rares, but things that might still have some value, worth taking out. This is foils. This is mythics. Full Art Land, some exotic orchards. She says I want to see exactly how many are these in the whole collection, because it seems like there's a ton of them. This is just from part 2 that we went through right here. There was still the stuff in part 1. So what I'm going to do is spend some time going through this. I'll organize it all and try and add up some values. I'll come back and take a closer look at this in just a moment. Okay, so that took a while, but now we have some cool stuff here we can take a look at. So I scanned up pretty much everything here. I didn't actually scan every individual card. I took out all of the rares that I knew were bulk pricing. I scanned up anything that I wasn't sure about or that I knew had value. And what we came up to for the second part of this collection here was much better than the first one. Only counting the cards that were worth about 80 cents or more US dollars, we came up to about 480 US dollars going by TCG mid pricing. And as I said, that's only counting the cards that are currently at about 80 cents or more. Here are some of the best ones here. We'll take a closer look at these. The top one being the Reaver Cleaver out of Dominaria United Commander, I believe. It's a pretty cool card. Font of Mythos, I was surprised how much that one has come back up. This is actually from the Mystery Boosters here. It's a pretty new card, well, a new card. One that was recently reprinted, Balefire Dragon from Commander Masters there. Found the second Alhammarret's Archive. There was one of those in the first part. A lot of these are going to be Commander deck cards. Uncivil Unrest, Green Sleeves, a couple of Mithril Coats. That was cool. So these are all the top value cards from the second part here, with the highest one being Reaver Cleaver at, I don't know, maybe like $13, $14, something like that. So there are no huge value cards, but clearly the thing with this collection is that it's kind of going for quantity over quality. I also took a closer look at the cards from part 1 and found a few more to add in that, you know, were worth more than that 80 cent to $1 threshold. So it came up to a total of about $160 US, counting those cards from part 1. So you add in part 1 and part 2, that comes up to about $640 US, going by TCG mid pricing. Convert that to Canadian, you have about $850. And as I said before, my friend that I purchased this from, who watches my videos, we hadn't really come up to a total price for what to pay for this yet. So after adding all this up, we talked it over and came up to a total price of about 469 Canadian dollars, something that both of us were happy with. You know, it's probably more than he would get selling bulk cards to his store, but at the same time, I'm putting a lot of work into sorting these cards, and if I want to buy list them and things, that takes a lot of time, so it needs to be worth it, so it's a number we're both happy with. So I want to show you some of this other stuff as well too. You can see some piles here at the bottom. These are the cards which were not necessarily included in the total pricing because they would just be bulk pricing, but there are a lot of them. Some of them were, some of these things, like this is a stack of Mythics, a lot of these were included, some of these cards were as well. But this gigantic stack here, let me show you, because you can't even see the full size of it, because we're looking down at it. This is all rares. This is not even all of them, not even all of them just from part 2. These are also more rares. There's a lot of them. This stack, oh, my stack just fell over. This stack is just random bulk foils. These are full art lands. This is just, you know, good commons and uncommons. There's lots of things from Commander decks here, you know, like a million Kodama's Reaches. There's some Farseeks, Thought Vessel, Reliquary Tower, and things like that. Some of these would be included in the total price we came up with. Some of them wouldn't. But just to give you an idea of, you know, the sheer number of rares and things here, this is only from part 2. I'm going to combine the two parts now because I have the stuff I took out from part 1 separate. I'm going to combine them now and then show you it all together. Okay, so here we are with all the stuff from both parts 1 and 2 combined. In this box, we have basically non-bulk cards. Things that, you know, they're not worth a whole lot, but they have value. We've got things like Kodama's Reach, I don't know what's the name, Bontu's Monument, Ramanek, Excavator. You know, it's stuff that's worth taking out, right? There's also these things. This is basically more of that, the more high-valued ones. However, here, and here, these are all bulk rares. All of these giant stacks here, these are all bulk rares. This giant stack is bulk foils. There's our full art lands again. And one thing I said earlier on in the video is I wanted to see how many exotic orchards we'd end up with. I might have missed some of them, but I think I took them all out. And I believe I said there's probably going to be like 20 to 25 or something like that. I counted them up. There's exactly 20 exotic orchards here. I counted up the Soul Rings, there's around 19 also, and it just kind of gets me wondering because Jader was telling me that he's not that into Commander, but in that case, why did you buy seemingly every Commander deck ever printed? And another question, what's up with all these cards like this being double sleeved? Did you double sleeve all of your draft decks or something? Anyway, I have a lot of perfect fits as well now. Anyway, I always find it interesting to find things like that and figure out how the collections ended up this way. But yeah, this is a lot of cards. I'm happy to be able to look through it, so thanks for selling this to me if you're watching the video. So what I'm going to do with these now is probably work on piecing them out and buy listing them, going through the more higher value things first. I'll hold on to a lot of them as well because I like to have set binders for each set, so there's probably a significant number of cards in here that I can use to fill out my binders as well. It'll take a while to go through them and find those, but it's something to do. I like organizing cards. And then there's still, you know, the whatever 8 to 10,000 bulk random commons and stuff left over as well. So yeah, it took a while to go through, but it was a lot of fun. For anyone that actually watched the entirety of both videos, congratulations, you made it to the end of this video. So if you're still watching though, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. And in the video description, you can also find my affiliate links for Dragon Shield, in case you'd like to purchase any gaming supplies, maybe some sleeves like this. You can follow those affiliate links and help out the channel while you do so, and if you'd like to purchase any Magic cards, or any other card gaming things for that matter, you can get those by going to face2facegames.com. They're the largest Magic store in Canada, and they're also a sponsor of the channel, and if you use code 8thPlaceDave at the checkout, you can save 5% on your order. I'd also just like to take a moment to thank all the patrons who support me on Patreon, but otherwise though, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.